Hello everyone. So we have here the 2018 Lexus LS500. Um, as you may know, this is the second year Lexus is going with this new body design. They made a whole revamp in 2017, and as you can see, the very polarizing spindle grille. Um, I like it. I think it tends to grow on you. I think it looks better. Now, this car costs $85,000 MSRP, so this is not a cheap car. Um, Notice the spindle grille and the lights, a very unique design. Now, if you pay attention to the lights here, and it has a very cool, unique look. You know, the one thing common about the Lexus, or one thing in their design language, you'll notice it's all L patterns. They have L, you know, the every corners, the edges, the design language. You'll find L's even in the spindle grille. This is all, you know, you'll find all the L shape. Um, the car for the full redesign, the Lexus went with a V6 engine for the first time for the LS. LS has always been a V8. And so it's a twin turbo V6 that puts out 416 horsepower. This has the chrome wheel package, as you notice, and this really nice chrome trim along the bottom of the side body, and that follows it all the way along to the end. It's a pretty long car. This is actually about 206 inches long. It's a very long car, about 6 inches longer than the last year, the previous design model. It obviously has the power trunk, open and close, very smooth open, and it also has a sensor at the bottom that if your hands are full, you can open and close with waving your feet below the rear fenders. Now this doesn't work every single time, so let's see if it does this time. Like I said, you got to try it a couple of times. Let's see. Yep. So works every now and then. I wish they did better sensors on that. Now notice the paint package on this. This is a upgraded package. You'll notice the little shiny crystals in the paint. This is caviar black. That's what they call it. There are two blacks. Lexus has obsidian black and caviar black, and this is the caviar black. It looks really great, especially at night when you have, you know, bright light shining on it. Has a little sparkly effect. Now let's take a look inside. Now, as you can see, a lot of room. The front seats are pulled all the way back, and you still have a lot of room on the footwell. Now, if I pull it up over to the front, you can see. You notice the very wide seating area and a large center console. Let's go inside and take a look at the interior now. All right, so we're gonna talk through the inside design a little bit and the interior here. Lexus has done a great job with a lot of soft touch. Just the feel, the steering really feels firm, and you know, it's just the right size. It has paddle shifts here. Over to the back, it's a little plasticky feel, but you know, has a good finish to it. Um, Lexus has a lot of the controls up here on the steering wheel. You'll notice the gear. It's a shorter stick here, and the the very a hot topic with Lexus now is this touchpad here. If you see, it had the whole screen. It is not a touch screen. This is not a touch screen. It's all controlled right here using this touchpad. Now, I'll say this is not the best when it comes to an infotainment system. This is, I wish they had some sort of a trackpad or a trackball instead. Um, it's a little glitchy every now and then. You especially when you're driving around, to be able to pick the right option. So it takes a little getting used to. You obviously can get a split screen here. So on the one side you can get what you're playing on Bluetooth. You can get your presets, radio stations. You can get whatever. You can choose your trip information and have the maps on the left side. And so that's pretty much the infotainment system. You obviously get XM radio and several other options. You can connect with Bluetooth. Lexus still offers you a CD player. Probably not many cars still offer that. So you have your CD player option here. I really like this control panel right here. It's very simple. It gives you just the right amount of buttons. Has a little roller ball here to select your temperature control. You obviously have split climate control here. And here's another cool thing. You have your volume control right here, but then Lexus decided to add your seek, your tuning knob right underneath it. So that's one cool way to save some space, reduce the amount of knobs that you're going to have to deal with, and so that's something for other manufacturers to learn. You'll notice this whole sweeping lines, and it follows all the way through at the end, and then you have this very interesting design. It's unlike any other vehicle that you may have noticed. The armrest looks as if it's floating in the air. It's protruding. There is actually something behind it that holds the whole armrest together. There's an option where you can get this wood panel right here to be a Japanese diamond cut glass. You could also change the way this panel in the front here looks. This is basically just the basic option. Lexus offers you the normal mode right up here, and you can switch between the sport or sport plus mode and then comfort or economical mode. Now it's on the eco mode. As you switch, you'll notice here on the dial, everything changes up. Your center screen gives you a sport logo. The whole the speedometer changes to red. You can go to Sport Plus. Now, it does change the drive feel a little bit. Suspension is tightened up a little bit. The steering wheel tightens up. And Lexus actually pipes some audio, some engine noise right through the speakers, believe it or not. So you hear a lot more of the engine when you're in a Sport Plus mode. Now the big cool feature that I think a lot of people will be looking for is the 360-degree camera view. So Lexus has a 360-degree camera. You can either engage it here, so you can turn it on anytime you want, or it along with the parking sensors, it turns back on. So now here's a little quirky little thing with Lexus. I did not know this until I started owning this and driving this, and actually on a day-to-day drive. Lexus decided it's cool to have this beeping noise when you're in the reverse gear. It's not just an initial noise. It is going to continue to beep as long as you're in the reverse gear. Just sometimes it could get annoying, because especially if you're trying to reverse and you're maybe taking a call on your Bluetooth, you're going to continue to hear this noise in the back. But the rear camera is really great. it gives you the guide path that changes as you turn your wheel. So that's, and the 360-degree view is just great. It's one of the greatest cameras I've seen. Um, so that's a little interesting thing that I noticed with the Lexus. From a space standpoint, you cannot get more space than this in a sedan. I mean, you have a lot of space to work with. You're not feeling congested. Um, oh, the other thing, this car actually is equipped with the massage feature, and this is actually rated one of the best massage options from an auto industry standpoint. If you look here, you can go under. There's a button here to quickly access it. It's a driver. It's the picture of a driver's seat here. You click on that, hop over to driver's seat refresh, and as you can see, there are so many different options that you can choose from: lower body, upper body, and once you click on that, you can even choose your sensitivity. If you want it to be light, you can turn it off. And yeah, and then Lexus also has this concierge feature that I found very interesting and actually very convenient. So you could actually turn on the concierge for your seat climate as well as your air conditioning, and you don't have to. If it's hot, Lexus, the concierge feature automatically knows that you need cool seats on. If it's cold, and the seat temperature is cold, it actually turns the seat warmers on. So you don't have to manually go in and figure out whether you need to turn on your seat warmers or your seat coolers. It's just a concierge feature. It automatically takes care of everything. So it's very light touch. So that's pretty much the inside. This feature, this vehicle does not come with the full moonroof. This is just the regular the regular moonroof here. Let's hop over to the back, and I'll walk you through how the rear seats feel. All right, so we're now sitting in the back of the LS500, and as you notice, there's plenty of space here. There's no shortage of. I mean, if you're going on a long trip, and this is where you want to be. I am 5'8", and you'll see how much room there is in front of me here, and this seat is just a regular driving position. It's not even pulled all the way to the front. This one is pulled all the way back, and you'll see how much room there still is in the back. So I'm really impressed with how much Lexus was able to do with the room. You'll see there is they have really nice vanity mirrors down here. It opens with this smooth opening, and then you can adjust it. It has vanity lights, very soft touch. Both rear passengers get that. You get a control panel here. Now this model is not equipped with rear reclining seats and massage option. If you get that, you actually get an LCD panel here, right here in the center console, and you get to choose. You get to choose pretty much all your functions with reclining seats, massage. You also have a rear curtain that you can operate from here. This button will actually lower the curtains in the back. You can control your seat temperature here, heated or cold, and you can obviously put it on auto. So a lot of features right here. Lexus offers there's a console here. You have a USB connectivity here that you can right here, that you get two USB ports here. You also get a car charger port right here, so plenty of charging options. And you have your these lights are actually touch. Actually, never mind. These are not touch, but the ones in the front are. So these are just button operated. They're really nice looking LED lights, but the ones in the front are actually touch operated. So you can just touch the actual light to turn it on and off. So that pretty much concludes the rear. You can see the same design and the same, door handles, same design language follows all the way to the back. Now the one thing that, and also there's AC vents here, so there's plenty of cooling that comes from, and there's AC vents at the bottom. The one thing I wanted to show you guys, because of this design language, you see the sloping roof that's really low. One thing I noticed as I started using this more on a daily basis, there's a very high chance that you're going to hit your head on your way in. That's one thing that I noticed. If you're not careful, there's very little bit clearance right here on your way back, on your way in. So that's one thing that's a trade-off. Some of the other little details you'll notice here, the cross stitch on your handle here. So just little details that shows. You'll see the cross stitch here in the steering wheel. Shows the trouble Lexus went through to just get really great, high quality design. This is all soft touch. You don't feel any plastic in here. It's very soft touch everywhere you touch. And then the one other thing that I wanted to show you, this is a very different, unique design. This center panel, center storage right here can be opened from both sides. So you can open it this way. So you have your ports here. You have two USB ports. You have your charger here, and then you can open it on the other side as well. So it opens on either side. Just easier for both sides, both passengers to access it without having to look over. And you have your standard size cup holders. You can open it or you can keep it closed, and it gives you this really nice, clean finished look. And that very soft touch opening. These also has the doors are auto close. If you don't close them all the way, you'll see them. It gets pulled in, and all four doors are auto close. So that pretty much covers the entire vehicle. I would say the car is it's a great vehicle to own, and I think it's 5.2 seconds for 0 to 60 with that V6. The car is pretty heavy, but it doesn't feel that heavy driving it. We're going to take it on the road and then give it a spin, and I'll give you some additional feedback. All right, so we're now inside the LS500, and we're going to take it for a spin, and let's see how it drives. So as I start driving, I can immediately say that this is definitely a very luxury feel. Suspensions are just amazing. Feels almost like butter. It's a twin turbo V6. Puts out 416 horsepower. This car is a pretty heavy car. It's about 4,700 pounds, 4,800 pounds. That's not a light car by any means. And for all the V8 lovers out there, this is going to be a tough decision, because Lexus decided to go with the V6 with this model, with the starting the 2017 model year, and I have to say it still has the pull. You can feel the turbo kick in right as you hit between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM. And just the steering feels real tight. It doesn't have the uncontrolled loose feel. For a car this size, that's pretty impressive. Let's take it down. Let's try to get on the I'm gonna get on the highway here, and let's put on the sport mode. So this car has a sport mode and a sport plus mode. I just haven't been able to tell from a performance standpoint. I haven't been able to tell if there's that big of a difference. The one thing I did notice though is in the sport mode, Lexus does pipe in some engine noise, artificial engine noise through the speakers. Just so you can, all the sound dampening in here, it is really quiet in here. It's a really nice quiet cabin. I'm gonna see if I can get in front of this truck here. Pulls away real quick. 0 to 60 on this is 5.2 seconds. Like I said, for a car this size, that is pretty impressive. Now I'm gonna switch over to Sport Plus mode, and I don't know if you guys can tell on the audio, but you can hear a lot more noise that's coming from the that's coming through the engine, that's coming through the audio speakers here. So I don't know how some people may feel that's faking it. I'll try to get in the front here. So we're going at about 100 right now, and real quiet in here. I actually feel there's a little bit noise coming through with the sunroof, the screen open. If I close that cuts down the noise quite a bit, a little bit of the wind noise, but just amazing feel. Gotta tell you, this car just eats up the bumps on the road like no other. I mean, for a car that sits this low, you feel nothing. I mean, it feels like butter. The way you drive this, and that suspension just soaks up everything that's in front of it. The vehicle comes with a lot of safety features, pretty much everything you can ask for. It has the adaptive cruise control, so you can just turn it on, be on the highway, and it's activated using radar. Slows down if the car in front of you slows, and it comes to a stop if the car in front of you stops. The other features it has a lane departure control. You can set if you want a little vibration. The steering vibrates. The seat, if you want to set that setting. I'm gonna see if I can turn around here, and let's give it one more go. Now this is got a little wheel spin right there. This is a rear wheel drive. This is not the 4-wheel drive, and that's why you got that wheel spin. Lexus also has the 4-wheel drive version. It's not very popular down in the southern states, but up north, there's way more options with the 4-wheel drive. So yeah, like I said, it has the lane departure warning. It has the other one cool feature is actually the rear cross traffic detection. So you're backing out of a parking spot, you're pulling out of your garage, and if it detects any cross traffic, it actually, this has happened to me, it hits on the brakes, it actually stops the car for you. And then the other, of course, blind spot monitors on both, lights on the rear view mirrors that light up. So pretty loaded with all kinds of security, collision detection. So sometimes if you're an aggressive driver and you're trying to weave in and out of traffic, you'll actually run into a scenario where the car will actually brake for you, because it's detecting that you're approaching a vehicle in front of you at a much higher speed than you can actually stop. That's actually happened to me. A sign comes up here on your gauge, and the car slows down. So all types of safety features available on this, that Lexus has made sure its flagship sedan has everything that it has, every feature that's available out there. So that's pretty much the interior. Very roomy. The drive is great. Little things that make you take for granted, or you don't notice. When you pull your seat belts, the seat belt buckle here actually comes out. It sticks up a little bit because as a luxury user, you don't want to stretch your arms too much. That's too much work for you. So Lexus does that for you. The seats actually, the sides on the seats lift up to give you a more a firm grip on as you sit, and that actually relaxes when you park the car, so it's easier for you to get out. The car goes down, actually it goes up. The car has a adjustable suspension, so when you stop and you're about to for entering or exiting the vehicle, so that it's easier for you to get out, the car goes up a little bit. And same thing when you open up and when you enter the car. You can also adjust the ride height. There's a button here that lets you adjust the ride height in case you wanted to do that. So I can't really think of many other features that I would want in a car like this. The air conditioning is great. I mean, it actually smells really nice in here. The take a turn here. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way this car drives for a car this size. Car that's it's actually pretty long, like I stated, so you have to actually be careful when you turn around the corners. You could clip your wheels if you don't watch, and those are some nice big chrome wheels as well. So I actually have you have a setting in here where you can get the 360-degree camera on when you slow down around turns, so you actually get a better view if you're trying to navigate through a tiny parking lot, for example. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the drive, and hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this, please, if you like the review, please share your comments, and please subscribe. Thank you.